Hey friends! Today I am sharing some of my awesome mason jar projects with you. And as always, I hope you enjoy the show. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you click that button. What you're looking at here are 3 tiki masala jars from Aldi's, and those are great. You put them in the dishwasher and the label comes right off in one complete piece, so it doesn't break up in pieces and there's no goo left behind at all on the jar. Super easy to do. And these tiles, as you saw, they have 4 quadrants with this little design in it, and I had an idea that I would like to put this design on the jar. So that was going to be a bit challenging since these are plastic tiles. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them down. I'm going really slow here so you can see exactly what line I chose to cut at. And for those of you that love to blend crosses in with your Easter decor, these definitely could pass for a very pretty cross. They kind of have a medieval look or an Italian look, maybe even French country. They're very pretty. Now I'm using tape. So I put it in a cross shape and then I go crisscross as well to make sure that there's plenty of surface for these tiles to stick down on. So all of them are done right there. That's what they look like. And I'm just going to put some white acrylic paint on. Again, this isn't chalk paint. It's nothing fancy. It's just acrylic paint. I don't mind if they look a little streaky because I like that distressed look. If you want a real solid white color, you could turn to chalk paint, or even milk paint or latex paint would give you a more solid look, or you could do 2 coats of the acrylic paint. Now I'm using the color Nutmeg Brown to bring out this design. I just thought that looked really kind of just earthy and just perfect for what I was trying. This is a look I was trying. I had a vision and it definitely came out the way I was envisioning. I'm also taking my brush and making sure I'm doing the edges of that tile as well to make sure they pop. See that? And you can see it. I thought that looked really nice. Now, to make sure that these stayed on my jar, I go ahead and take some of the Dollar Tree twine. I put a dot of hot glue in the front and I wrap it around just twice. And then I glue it back in the front again because we're going to go ahead and put some front embellishment so you won't see this. And now I'm taking some of the Dollar Tree twine that is decorative. We're just doing the hot glue in the back. Everything's going in the back of these jars because you're not going to see the back when they're up in my home. And I just went with where it naturally bended from being wrapped around that cardboard as my measurement. So that's the measurement for the loops. I glued them together. I'm going to cut them, and I made 2 for each jar. So for this part here, I'm just going to take each loop and glue them at a crisscross, so kind of like an X, I guess, to make my bow on the front. I'm using the little Dollar Tree bunnies again. They come in a package. I wanted them to pop a little bit more, so I took the tails off of them and I turned them upside down, and now we have the light cut. See how much more you can see them, so they would be visible, I guess, from far away to be able to tell they're bunnies. I'm just using the Walmart lavender now. All I do with the lavender is I just bend that stem at the bottom, and then it springs, it wants to come straight again, so it springs out and it holds flowers nice and tight in jars without having to use any foam. And we're all done. For me, New Year time is always a perfect time to commit to healthy. I do it every year. And a little while ago, I talked to you all about how amazing I thought the Ritual probiotics were, including their stress relief supplement. I've been using these 2 supplements now for about 8 weeks, and I'm still so impressed by how I feel when I take them. If I forget or skip a day, I do notice a difference in how I feel. I love that Ritual is formulated with clean, high-quality key ingredients in their bioavailable forms. They are vegan, non-GMO, gluten, and major allergen-free. It's a mom-founded company that shares the sources and suppliers behind their key ingredients so you know exactly what you're putting in your body and why. Their supplements are also third-party tested for heavy metals and microbes. Ritual is a subscription, so I don't have to remember to reorder supplements. It's automatically delivered to my door monthly, and I never run out, and I get to stay consistent that way because I know myself I will forget, so I love that it's a subscription. The Symbiotic Plus supplement that I'm taking is designed with a delayed release capsule that's meant to be gentle on my tummy. So I can take it with or without food at any time of the day and it feels great. I don't have any tummy problems whatsoever, which I love. But I also discovered that their multivitamins are also designed with the same delayed release capsule, which is awesome. I'm probably going to try those next. But I love that the Symbiotic Plus is a 3-in-1. It includes a prebiotic, probiotic, and a postbiotic all in just one capsule. And that it's a delayed release design. So it's actually reaching my colon, which is the ideal place for probiotics to survive and grow, not in the stomach. Right? So I love that part too. And I also take the Ritual Stress Relief. I love that one too. It has ashwagandha in it, which has been studied to support normal cortisol levels and reduce stress. And I also love that they use L-theanine because it provides quick stress relief. So I feel pretty calm without feeling tired. I just feel this really peaceful sense of calm in under an hour when I take it, and love that too. So right now you can use my link to save 30% off of all Ritual Essentials. You gotta hurry because the sale does end on January 17th and you don't want to miss out. The links will be down below in my description box as well as in a pinned comment. And of course, thank you Ritual for sponsoring a portion of today's video. For this craft, you're going to need 3 jars. I used spaghetti sauce jars. I took them outside and spray painted them and then gave them a little light sand, and I'm going to glue some of the Dollar Tree burlap ribbon around it. I actually used organic spaghetti sauce from Aldi's, in case you guys are curious. They're mason jars. They say mason on the top. See that? So when you sand them, that shows up, and they are perfect for farmhouse decor. So keep your eye out for those. And now I'm taking some of the Dollar Tree twine. I'm going to wrap it around the top. I love that look. But I found the easiest way to wrap these around the top is to start by tying them on the top. And because there's little ridges on the top where the lid's screwed on, I had to go really slow to get a nice even spread. I don't know if that makes sense, but I didn't want them all clumped together in one area, stuck in the groove. So just take your time with that. It looks really good, but take your time. And now I'm taking more of the jute twine, and I'm going to go ahead and hang those little snowball thingies of pom-poms. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I love pom-poms. They have these little white pom-poms at the Dollar Tree. You could make them too if you wanted to out of yarn. There's lots of YouTube videos out there how to make pom-poms, but I went ahead and bought these. And I'm just going to go ahead and kind of make some cute little hanging snowballs off of this because this is a winter craft. And I don't know about you guys, but I found out if I decorate with a little bit of cozy winter decor, and I put that up as a transition from Christmas, out of Christmas, I guess, from all the sparkle and everything. It really helps because my husband and I, we were getting a little down. We had this like amazing decor with all these sparkle lights and everything, and then nothing. So now I put up fairy lights, I put up winter decor, and it really, really helps keep the magic going all through January and up until Valentine's Day. And of course, the decor changes a little bit again. Now, I don't know if you guys saw that, so I'm going to show you one more time. The way I get the jute twine to look like it's sticking out of the little pom-pom is I put a little drop of glue on the pom-pom. You'll see me do it here. And I lay the jute twine on it, and then I roll the pom-pom around and pinch it together, and then I kind of shape it as it's cooling down and drying, and then the twine looks like it comes right out of the center of the pom-pom. So it's a nice little trick. And I'm just using some of that Dollar Tree confetti, gluing it on the front there because they have these really pretty sparkly snowflakes. This is when I do like sparkles, you guys. For the winter decor, I love a little bit of sparkle because, you know, snow glistens if you go outside. Not that I get snow where I live, but I used to live up in the mountains and it snowed, and I remember how much it sparkled when the sunlight hit it. It's so beautiful. And of course I'm adding some bells here because I just thought that was a nice little touch. I think that's cute. And this is what we end up with, and I love this. For this craft, I'm using 3 salad dressing jars. I took them outside and I sprayed them with white primer and then brought them back in, and now I'm using a sponge and just haphazardly painting on little stripes. Now I want them to be uneven and streaky because that's the look of my home. It's very rustic, primitive. It wouldn't, if I taped it off and did perfect stripes, it wouldn't really go with my decor. And after it dries, I go ahead and I apply a little bit of this Dollar Tree ribbon. I love this Dollar Tree ribbon. It's a lace ribbon, and I'm just going to apply it on the top of this jar. Now, since I had some of these hearts left over from the little truck I just did, I decided to stick these on the front of these jars. If you don't have these stickers, you can go ahead and paint a heart on and make it look just like this. You can also Mod Podge something on or print something up off of your computer, but I thought that just added a really cute little touch. You can also leave them plain too, but this decor piece, if your decor is in pink, can also be left up all year round. I'm just going to add some pretty flowers in there, and I think this is going to be so pretty for Valentine's Day. I'm going to show you how to make something similar. Just grab a jar from your kitchen and get some old fish nets. Now, I got a package of 4 for $5 from Amazon. You can shop around. Sometimes even the Dollar Tree offers them in the kids section around Halloween. It just depends. But just stick your jar into a fishnet stocking, and you can actually stop here. You can stretch this and tie it in a knot and hang it, and it will still get enough light for your solar light to work. But I wanted to go ahead and finish mine off, so I'm going to go ahead. Be careful. That's low heat, by the way. That's low heat hot glue, and I've been doing it for a long time. Don't try that at home without a doctor's note. But I'm going to go ahead and braid this long enough here to make 2 handles for mine, because I want these to have handles. And this is a great like Pirates of the Caribbean look for summer, and it's also really compatible with fall as well into Halloween. So this is just an awesome solar light to do. I love this look. So I'm singeing off all the hairs. They drive me nuts, and I'm going to use some of the Dollar Tree designer twine right here first to wrap around the top. I am using Sherbonder glue again. It's supposed to stick to glass, so I wanted to have some more for the handle to stick on to besides just glass. So now I'm pulling my fishnet over that. I'm going to pull it up and just twist it at the top and secure it with a little bit of masking tape to get it out of my way, and I'm going to glue these handles on. And for those of you that joined me in my last shopping video, I was talking about the Dollar Tree makeup spatula that I have used for the last 3 years that is, well, it's right there, that is wonderful for preventing your fingers from being burned, and it would release the glue. However, they have changed their formula. Either it's not 100% silicone or it's cheap silicone, but the hot glue does not release off of it anymore, and I didn't know this till I went and bought some more because I had stocked up with the old ones. I was really disappointed, and I found this spatula during that Shot With Me video, and it is definitely very close to the original Dollar Tree spatula that I bought, and is working great. So just a heads up for you guys that love to have good tools while you're crafting. So I'm using a little bit of the hot glue to glue the solar lights on top. Highly recommended, because check this out. There are raindrops on top of this. That's right. This has been through 2 thunder and lightning storms. April showers bring spring flowers, and it is holding up great. And it's because the hot glue is underneath and protected underneath the solar light little ledge there. And I recommend hot glue because that way when it does burn out, you can just pop it off. In other words, it's strong enough to hold it on against the elements like wind and rain, but when you're ready to change them out, it's easy to pop off and replace them. But this came up absolutely stunning. I am so pleased with this DIY. For this next project, I'm using the really strong chalk paint again, and I am using 3 jars that were originally tikka masala sauce from Aldi's if you wanted to do the exact same jar, but any jar will work for this. You could use a mason jar, an old spaghetti sauce jar, any jar. And so you have to find your right fittings for that as well. It ended up being the Dollar Tree glass that I traced on the cardboard here because that's going to work well for this size jar. But I am making 3 rims that are going to be the rims of little snowman hats. So I'm using the lid from the jar to get the center measurement, and then I'm using a craft knife from the Dollar Tree to cut all of those out. Next, I doubled up on cardstock. You could use poster board. I just didn't have any poster board. So I glued 2 pieces of cardstock together so it's the same thickness. And I traced 3 even strips that are going to be, that was the width that I needed. It's the top, I'm showing you in case you use the same jar. This is a top of a spray paint bottle, and that ended up being the perfect size for the top of the hat to fit the rim. And I went ahead and stuck the cardstock down inside the masking tape ring there and went around with my pencil to get a nice even line. So we're just getting the top little part of the hat here, and we're going to cover all of those with some fabric, and the top of the hat as well with some fabric. And I'm using a glue stick to apply all of the fabric. It works fine. And then I use hot glue to pull it around the edges. This fabric came from Temu, but you can use scrap fabric for this. This is another DIY that can definitely come in as a free DIY. You can use scrap fabric to cover these little hats here. Anything you can find around the home, it would work just fine. And to cover the edges of the cardboard, I decide on the baker's twine, I add a very, very thin strip of glue and go really slow. But I did this so I could cover it because the baker's twine isn't as hairy as the regular twine, so I thought that would be more disguised when I painted black. But looking back, it would have looked cute, I think, if I had just painted it black and then added the baker's twine, so there was a little red rim, so that's another option for you, but I decided to go with all black. And now I'm using some twine ribbon here, or actually it's burlap ribbon, and I'm gluing the top of the hat on top of the rim. You don't have to glue it down like this. I didn't want these hats to come off. I want this to be permanent, but you could certainly just make the hat separate so that it's removable, and then you could use this or these jars as little storage jars for Christmas candy or give them as gifts so that people can put something cute inside them. But I end up adding some ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I just used the black and white gingham print and the red and black gingham print ribbon from the Dollar Tree. And now to make the face, I use these little wooden ovals that I had laying around to make the eyes. I usually have to have some kind of template or the eyes get all weird looking, and then I just take a permanent marker and I improvise a little bit to make the eyes not identical. I don't want these to be cookie cutter, I just want them to be super, super similar. Here I take the end of a sponge brush, the wooden part, and I put that sticky little felt sticky pad that's on the back of the Dollar Tree tiny wood cutouts. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. They're meant to stick, I think, on gift tags. I took that off and stuck it on there, and it made cute little circles for his mouth. And now I'm taking a thin permanent marker and adding some eyelashes and eyebrows. Next, I'm going to take these little tiny bells. This was actually an accidental purchase here, but it turns out they make great berries, like little faux berries or just accents to berries. Super, super cute for small crafts, so I went ahead and kept them. And I glued one berry on top with some pine and 2 of those little bells. And now I'm taking some of the Dollar Tree buttons. Here's another little trick you can do. I put them inside duct tape, the little cardboard round circles, so I can blow dry them without them flying out all over the place on the table. It's a great little trick. Just added that in there in case some of you don't know that. It helps me. And I frosted the edge of the buttons and the top of their little hats. And after I put the buttons on, I decide we need some more Christmas colors and that the buttons will look cuter with 2 tones, so I do green in the center of each button. But these little guys came up so cute. Snowmen are always so cheerful. They always make me feel so happy. For this next one, you're going to need a jar, some fake snow, and some Epsom salt. I just took some of the Dollar Tree snow and some Epsom salt on top. I did it on top to hold it down because the snow is kind of fluffy and staticky. Same reason I used 2 applesauce cups, you guys. That Dollar Tree snow sticks everywhere, and I wanted to be able to throw the containers away afterwards, so I just used 2 applesauce cups to shake it and mix it. And some Mod Podge. And I did about a 50-50 mix there with the Epsom salt and snow, maybe a tiny bit more snow than Epsom salt. But I thought it would be fun to try it with some of this fake Dollar Tree snow and to share it with you all so you can see how that version turns out. Now, it does end up looking like crystals. It's absolutely gorgeous, actually. So do not hesitate to get some of the Dollar Tree snow and do this craft. I think I might like it a little bit more than the glitter one. But anyway, I'm just showing you how simple it is. If you find you miss a spot, it's that simple, no stress to fix it. And then after this is dry, I go ahead and take some of the Walmart twine because it's a little thicker. You can use the Dollar Tree twine. That's fine. That will work too. But I go ahead and cover the top of the jar. I made a twine bow out of the Dollar Tree twine, and then I'm tying 2 little pieces of greenery on the top of it. Now, I don't know why I didn't glue the greenery down. I think I was worried it might resist staying down, so I tied it on there to make sure that it stays with the bow down on the twine, and then I press really, really hard. And again, here are those beautiful berries. I used those for the berries on here, just 3 of them, and that's pretty much it. I did have to spray it twice with a clear varnish so that the little pieces don't fall off. I tried hairspray, you guys, it wasn't working, so you definitely have to use a little bit of varnish on this one. And I'm just taking some greenery to hide the glue again so it looks more expensive, and that's it. It came up so, so pretty. Saw this online for $44.90, and I thought, you know what, we can do this a lot cheaper. So there's the items you're going to need: some Mod Podge, a jar, some black paint, and that printable there is a free printable. I will have the link down below in my description box. And I'm showing you how this is tissue paper, and I'm showing you how I just taped it on top of computer paper. It was that simple, and it goes through the printer just fine. And if there is a little ink splotches here and there, I don't worry about it. And I'm going to take the Mod Podge now and paint this jar, and I will be painting the whole jar because the black paint is acrylic and I want that to be able to stick down onto something. So a lot of you know this trick already. You paint your glass with Mod Podge, and that gives it a nice surface for a cheap acrylic paint to stick on. So that's what we're doing right now. And I'm showing you here how simple it is to get the wrinkles out when you work with tissue paper too. I am lightly rubbing a dry finger over this, just lightly, and every single wrinkle just flattens down immediately. So now I'm just taking the black acrylic paint, and I'm going to go ahead and give this jar 1 coat of black paint. And if you noticed in the photo of the original piece that we're duping today, it has twine wrapped around the top. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. I'm going to go ahead and put a dot of hot glue, and we're going to wrap this up with twine. And now I'm just taking some of this gingham plaid ribbon, making a simple bow. It was just a loop glued together with more of the ribbon in the center wrapped around it. And I'm going to glue it down just for a little extra embellishment on top of this jar. And then I'm taking some fairy lights. If you're interested in the ones I'm using, they're down below in the description box. There will be a link. They're kind of nice and golden, and they're perfect for autumn. If you enjoyed today's video and had fun, here's another video I think you'll enjoy watching next.